because we can and we will. So I'm going to clear my blanket out of the way and just take a second to check in with my 10 toes. And spread here, ball of the foot. So try for a moment to just lift the heel of one foot. I'm lifting my left. And just spread the toe out for a minute, all 5 toes. Spread them away from one another as you lift. And feel the weight go evenly into the ball of the foot. Good. And then set that down. Let's try it on the other side. So pick up the heel, and as you pick up the heel, spread the weight evenly through the ball of your foot. Good. As you do this, imagine, feel that your hips can stay really level. And again, you'll exhale, pick up, lift. Good. Try that last time here. Inhale and exhale, bringing it up. Good. So now let's move your hands to your 2 thighs. Let the thighs move back as you bend and then come right back up. Good. Tailbone reaching towards the floor, torso opening. Good. And now once again, keeping your kneecaps parallel, right over your ankles, right over your heels. Reach the thighs back. Again, this movement can be really small. Pay attention to your feet here. Push through the feet as you lift. Let's try that again. Inhale and exhale, pushing all the way up. Let's hold down here. Hands on the thighs. And then exhale, let your head come down. Good. And let your shoulder blades separate. And then once again, push into your feet, lifting your head and chest, pulling the shoulder blades together. Exhale, let the head move down, shoulder blades separate. Good. Omoplatos separados. Good. And then miramos arriba, you'll look up. Y otra vez bajamos. Coming down once again. Good. Inhale. It's time to come up and then stretch. Reach your 2 arms back behind you. And then take your 2 arms forward. Try this just a few times. Scapula pulling together. Inhale, the arms come forward. Exhale, stretch and reach out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. A couple more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's pause. Come all the way up into standing. Bring your feet totally together. Roll the thumbs out, back behind you. Tadasana. Good. Inhale, sweep, take your 2 arms up. Good. Gaze up at your thumbs. And from here, you'll exhale, pull your heels up from the floor as the arms float down. So the arms come right back up, heels down. Inhale. And exhale, push through the feet as your fingertips float down. Inhale, arms up, heels down. Y ahora, your arms down, heels lifting. Good. Hold the heels lifted for a moment. And then sweep the 2 arms out to the side. Take your chin towards one shoulder. Take your chin towards the other shoulder. And then exhale to release. Bring your 2 palms together now. Inhale the arms up. And now we'll take opposite elbow to knee. You can now add a lift of your heels as you come up, opposite elbow to knee. Good. Knowing when you move in this slow, fluid way, you're going to create longer muscle contractions. So muscles are working longer and they're actually working better because you're resisting gravity as you lower. So you're generating strength. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale all the way down. Good. Inhale this time. Come up, leave the heels down for a moment. And then you're going to pull heels together, toes apart. Good. Inhale. And let's start to just bend at your knees, letting the ankles stretch. And right back up. Good. So I want you to feel a stretch in the Achilles. So you're going to press the heels down the whole time. Spread the heels as the knees bend and open. Good. Try that just a couple more times. Good. You'll feel the inner thighs, muslos juntos. Good, which will help you engage your glutes. Good. Try that just a couple more times. And then from here, if it's feeling comfortable, see about lowering down. See about bringing your fingertips to the floor. Inhale, look up. Let your throat stretch. And exhale, push to lift. Can we do that a couple times? So you'll inhale, feel that relationship. Head coming up as tail comes down. Inhale up. And then you're going to reverse that by pushing your heels down, letting the tailbone come up and letting the head float down. Good. Inhale. Good. Aim to keep your weight as light as possible in your hands. Exhale, push down, letting the head come down, tailbone up. Good. Reverse that. Inhale. Good. Now exhale, see if you can just find a little balance here on bottom. Raising the arms, breathing. Good. And then exhale, fingertips down. Push, push, push. And then you lift. Good. Inhale, take a breath. Exhale, sweep. Take your arms all the way up. Good. Opposite hand to wrist and pull. Good. Good. Inhale and exhale. Opposite hand to wrist and pull. Good. Inhale back through your center. Let's step your feet a little bit further apart. Bend the knees. And then take your torso over one leg and then the other. So the knee continues to bend. And it's continuing to open. And you're going to keep your ribs, your hips lined up as you go. Try this now with your arms out. Good. And then from here, you can step the feet out and get a little bit deeper as you bend. Perhaps letting the arms float up as the knees open out. Inhale and exhale down. Inhale and exhale, lowering the pelvis straight down underneath your head. Good. Exhale. Couple more. And from here, let's pause on bottom. One elbow reaches towards your thigh. Inhale up. Opposite codo and muslo. Good. Codo. Stretching, reaching, bajando. Feeling the sides of your back. Lengthening. Good. Take a pause. Two arms wide. So now you're going to create a sweep through your torso. Rounding, coming forward. Beautiful. And now you're going to sweep, come round, other way, and exhale up. Good. Try that just a time or two. Really let gravity stretch your back. And feeling yourself coming up on the other side. Last time, inhale and expirando. Good. Let's inhale, take it nice and tall. Now turn your 10 toes in and little softness in the knees, but open to a flat back. Inhale, a big back bend. Exhale, float to a flat back. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, floating out to a flat back. Inhale up. Good, hinging from your hips. Head stays above your tailbone here. Inhale and exhale. I'm adding a little roll of my shoulders, so my thumbs are back. Now my thumbs roll forward. Good, and you feel that in the triceps. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, feel your biceps alive, helping you externally rotate. And now your triceps back here, holding the arms up. Couple more. Inhale and exhale. Again, this is great for that head of the humerus where we get tight, frozen in our shoulders. Opposite hand reaches towards your pinky toe. Inhale, stretch. Estiramos arriba. Good. Y abajo, cruzando. el cuerpo cada vez. So you're crossing your body each time, long lifts up. So what's happening here with your legs is called an elongating contraction. They're working, but they're not bending. So put a lot of firmness in your heels to keep the backs of the legs active. Spread through the ball of the foot and to help keep your kneecaps active. Good. And so now from here, once again, you're just going to come all the way up. Let's turn our bodies toward your, this is my right leg. My two hips are facing my front leg. My back heel is planted. So let's exhale. Reach out over the leg and back center. Reaching out over the leg, pushing through both feet. Inhale and exhale up. Inhale, coming out. Exhale, coming tall. Inhale, coming out over that leg. Exhale, tall. Good. One more time. Inhale. Hold out here. Take one arm forward, one arm back. Just a couple of times. Feeling that firmness in the backs of your legs. Good. Pause with your left arm back. Now opposite elbow reaches and you open. Opposite elbow reaches and then you open. Good. Opposite elbow. And then abrimos otra vez. Muy bien. Vamos a bajar. And then open. So from here, sweep two arms up, bend in your front knee. Good. Reach through the back heel. Whole abdominal wall stretches. So back is arching. Make it comfortable for you. And then from here, you're just going to pivot in your feet. Turn around and we'll try that on the other side. So now, arms opening. As you bend and come forward, pay attention to the relationship between your knee and your heel. Pon atención en la relación entre el talón y la rodilla. Good. So you stretch, reach, coming out. And then back in. Good. Estirando. Remember, you want to push through the back heel also. El talón atrás. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then from here, let's pause. You're going to take opposite elbow to knee. Stretch and reach out and away. Opposite elbow to knee. Stretch, reach, open. Good. Opposite elbow to knee. Stretch and reach, opening your body. Opposite elbow to knee. Gliding up. Good. One more time. And then from here, let's open your two. Oh, I forgot a thing. One arm forward, one arm back. Feel that weight being held through your glutes and hamstrings, spine and extension. 2 and 1. Now your two arms, float them up. Good. And extend through the back heel. Lift up through the back thigh. So those actions not only help protect your joints, but they make your muscles stronger. Good. Let's exhale, return to the center for a moment. Open wide, hands to your ankles, long spine stretch forward. Beautiful. And then from here, we'll inhale, sweep, take your two arms all the way back up. And now your right foot is going to turn out, so talones afuera. Good. And then your ribs, hips lined up. Bend in that knee. Exhale back in. So the arms are floating out. Remember, humerus bones, los húmeros arriba, and then your escapula abajo. So as the humerus bones float up, you pull your shoulder blades down. There's always this opposing force in every movement. So as I bend and open my knee, I'm pushing with my opposite heel down. Good. And now from here, pause, one elbow. Exhale, reach away. Un codo abajo. Exhale, estirando afuera. Good. One. Bueno. Y aquí atrás, dos más. Good. And arriba. Very nice. Abajo. Y arriba. Good. 2 arms up. 2 feet anchor. Change the position of the feet. Let the arms come down. Realign your torso. Really engage through that supporting foot so your toes are out through the heel. Exhale, doblamos, estiramos arriba. Good. So you're just bending and extending your knee. The knee is moving out. You're pushing back with the opposite heel. Shoulder blades come down as your arms float up. Good. 2, 3 más. Good. Really try to keep your hips as best you can facing forward. Beautiful. Let's pause down here. Un codo abajo y ahora arriba. Good. Stretch. Un codo abajo y ahora arriba. Muy bien. Un codo abajo y ahora arriba. Súper bien. Codo abajo y arriba. Excellent. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Let's pause. Turn all the toes in. Scissor the feet. Scissor the feet. Heels under the sits. So now I'm going to work. Let's just work for a moment on tree pose. And then we're going to shift gears here. So one heel lifts. This is my left heel, talón izquierdo, while your right heel pushes down. And now abrimos la pierna. You're just going to open the leg exactly as we did. Inner thigh, outer hip on the supporting leg doing work. Foot can come up to the thigh. Hands here can rest on your hips for a moment. 2 arms up, dos brazos delante del pecho. Y ahora estiramos arriba. Now you'll stretch all the way up. Give this just a few breaths. Good. Exhale, release the arms, release the feet, tap it out just a little. Good. And then let's try that on the other side. So toes will turn out, heel will lift, engage through this hip and this inner thigh. Exhale, pull the weight there into the leg. Hands to the hips, breathing. Good. Arms up if you'd like. Arms down. Leg down. Good. Excellent. So let's step to the back of your mat. Make a little adjustment here. And you want to have a bunch of mat out in front of you. And we're going to start taking weight in our arms. So inhale, gather your weight here for a moment in your feet. Exhale, reach the hips back and the arms forward. And now place your hands on the floor for a moment. Shake your head no, and really release your neck, your upper vertebra. Nod the head yes. No. Good, so your knees can be soft here. And now from here, inhale, look up, lengthen up. Taking your gaze forward, you're gonna walk your hands out. Let's go right, left, right. Now pause. From here, just reach the hips back for a moment, finding a good down dog. And with your hips reaching back, you can now send the knees to the floor. Find a little Adho Mukha Virasana. Maybe even walk your fingertips out a little further. Now from your hips back, exhale, bring your hips forward. Micro bend in the elbows. We'll go 10 and 9 and 8 and 7. Opening your chest each time. 6 and 5 and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale, and exhale. Lift your hips right back up. Good. Really send the tailbone towards the sky. And from here, you'll walk your hands back. Feel your shoulders each time, right? Firm as you lift. Lift one hand as you push the other one down. Good. Weight gathers in your feet. Inhale, coming all the way up. Let's take a moment to balance again. So you're going to put your weight on the right side. Lift your left leg. Hands here move underneath the leg. Extend and reach the leg out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doblamos la rodilla. Bend the knee. Set it right back down. Shift the weight to the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Now lifting the right leg. Hands here under the thigh. Give the weight of the thigh there to the leg as you extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Muy bien. Bajando. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale. Utkatasana. Good. Inhale. Extend. Taking your hands right back down. And now exhale. You're going to walk it up. Right. Left. Right. Now pause. Let the left leg come up as you reach your hips back. Okay, now bend the knee and lift the knee joint up, 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 up. Just letting the heel come back towards the head. Good. Now we're going to take the foot, el pie, detrás de la mano. So now your foot is behind your hand. Push your opposite heel into the floor. Inhale, let's come up. And exhale. Let's float over. Hands here to your ankle for a moment. Good. Continuing to stretch through your toes. Reach back through the hips. Good. Opposite hand comes up. So that's, or your front leg hand comes up. So you've created Parivrita Trikonasana. Good. Big breath as you extend the hip. Exhale, bend 2 knees. And you can lower yourself a little bit more. Let's exhale, twist. Pick the top arm over the ear. Uttita Hasta Parsvottanasana. Good. Exhale, pause. So now I'm going to lift my right leg back behind me. Lift it all the way up. Feel the glute and the hamstring connect. Now bend the knee, lift it just a hair. And then set that foot down. And exhale. Ground and rise up. Turn around. You should have some mat out in front of you. And then we're going to use that. We're going to do that same sequence on this side. So inhale. The arms come up. And exhale, Utkatasana. Inhale, stretch and reach. Your torso moves out. Good. Shake the head no. Nod it yes. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk your hands out. You'll go right, left, right. There you are for a moment. In a little Adho Mukha Virasana. So really push, reach your hips back. Good. So now from here, let the right leg rise up. Extend. So everybody point your toe. But specifically your big toe, and feel the glutes fire. Your quadriceps fires, the leg lifts, bend the knee. Send the femur bone up a hair more. Good. And now from here, go ahead, place your right foot, el pie derecho, detrás de la mano derecho. And then you're going to push your back heel into the floor. Inhale, coming up, finding a warrior one. Good. Straighten your front knee. Moving forward, finding Parsvottanasana, long spine. Good. Energy in the back heel. Work there in the ankle. Raise the brazo, también brazo derecho. And create some twist here. Good. Taking that arm down, bending the knee on the front leg. Exhale, reach the arm up. Top arm over the ear. And then once again, rotating, bringing your hand down. And then you'll exhale, lift the back leg, hold it, breathe for a moment. Try to release the neck, point the toe, energy up through the leg, bend the knee, can lift all the way through a standing split. And then vamos a bajar. Let's lower the leg down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, turn it around. Actually, don't turn it around. Stay where you are. We're going to go back the other way. Inhale the arms up. Tailbones down, abdomen in. And then exhale, forward bend. Inhale. Oh, let your low back just release completely here. So weight of the head is going to help you stretch your lumbar. Let the head go. Inhale, let's look up. And then exhale, bend your knees, step your right foot back, your left foot back. Here you are in a little plank pose. Now, once again, you can do 10 little micro push-ups. 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6. Elbows pulling back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Hips moving up. Exhale, lift the left leg now. Bend the knee. Now open the hip behind you. Good. And then you'll place the foot behind the hand. Turn the opposite toes out. Feel yourself move up through a warrior 2, spiraling up. Good. And now from here, go ahead, exhale, and stretch, reach your leg back, and come forward. Good. Trikonasana. Good. So once again, your hips are moving slightly forward as your head moves slightly back. Excellent. And now from here, go ahead, bend this knee, top arm over the ear, Pashimotanasana. So if you look here, you kind of want a long line, shoulder, knee, hand, right? The arm is pressing into the leg. Good. So now I'm going to take my top hand to my hip, step my back foot in, walk my bottom hand out, and exhale, lift the leg. So lift the leg till you have roughly 90 degrees between your two legs. Then lengthen out the rib cage and take your bottom eyeball up towards your top hand. So lots of extension here. Beautiful. Go ahead. Now we'll exhale, set that leg back down and push through your feet. We're going to do a little pivot. So now I've turned towards my right leg. Stretch, extend my arms out, step my foot back. Good. And then once again, 10 little push-ups, micro little downs and up. 8, 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Muy bien. Hips, la cadera arriba. Beautiful. So now you'll go ahead and lift. Let's see. What are we doing here? Yes. So I'm going to take my right leg up, or my leg furthest from the computer screen comes up. Bend the knee, open the hip. Good. Use an exhale. Then sweep that leg, sweep that foot in. Good. So now you'll spiral it up. Find a warrior two. Big breath. Roll the shoulders down the back. As you bend, as you get a little deeper. Beautiful. So now from here, go ahead, lengthen that leg. Come, stretch over. Slowly, Trikonasana. Good, a lot of energy in that top arm. And now bend the knee so you feel the elbow in the knee, codo y rodilla, mano y tobillo. And now your shoulders right above the elbow and the knee. And then that top arm comes overhead. And then through the bottom or that pinky finger, reach and take your gaze back. Utthita Hasta Parsvakonasana. Push in the back heel. Feel that long line through your whole body. Good. Exhale, top hand to the hip. Good. So now you're going to step the back foot in, 2 feet. Then walk your hand out, 1 foot. And then remember, lift this top leg to get about 90 degrees between the 2 legs. And then when that feels like it's engaged and your foot is also engaged, top arm up. Bottom eye can lift. Good. And then from here, you'll exhale, set that leg back down. Lift yourself up. Good. And then let's just step together. So let's try a warrior 3. Try this with your hands on the low back. So moving to the back of your mat for a moment. Tailbones down. Abdomen's in. Spine's long. Check your neck. Good. Step your feet. Sitting bone apart more or less. And then I'm going to take my weight to the left foot. My foot away from the computer. And step the opposite foot forward. Good. So with my hands here, I'm going to push off, and then turn my toes over for a moment. Good. So now really actively reach that back leg just further behind you as you extend the sternum forward. 5 breaths. If your body allows. If you lose your balance, just put the foot down and find it again. And then exhale to release. Come right back up. Good. Let's shift sides. So I'm just going to turn around right where I am. Good. Take my weight into my left leg. Step my right leg back. Hold for a moment, getting ready to gather weight on the opposite foot. So now turn the toes over and just be there for a moment. And then as it feels comfortable, really send your back leg further back as your torso extends forward. And exhale, bring that right back up. Good. If you have a blanket, find your blanket now. You can set it in the middle of your mat. Good. So I'm going to come behind my blanket, bend in my 2 knees, and then set my 2 knees down. Tops of the feet turn over. Good. Press right and then left your feet into the floor. And again, tailbone drops, chest opens, breathe. Good. And then from here, see about taking your hands to your thighs. Feeling your head come back, just breathe. Good. And then if it feels comfortable for you, you can exhale, let the hands come down towards your heels. Let the head go. Pushing down with your feet, lift your head back through your center. Let's now come down the other way. So I'm going to let my head for a moment come. So my forearms are going to come down to the floor. And you can walk your two arms out. Everybody feel your head come down and your tailbone go up. So just breathe, get comfortable here for a moment. Good. So this is helping open the chest and shoulders. And now we're going to pull your two forearms into the floor and press down deep. So you can just stay here for a moment if you like, or if it feels nice to interlace your fingers and move your outsides of the hands out and down. Beautiful. So now let the top of your head come down. And then everybody practice this with me. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and feel the head lift up. So you want to use your deltoid muscles. The muscles there in the shoulders to help you lift your head. Hold on to that sensation of the shoulder, of the forearms pressing down, shoulders engaged and strong. And then curl your 10 toes underneath you and perhaps lift your two hips all the way up. And then you can walk your feet in. Now, if it's feeling comfortable, lift one leg, lift the other leg. If you feel sturdy, if it feels good, lift two legs. If that's feeling okay, extend two legs. If that's feeling okay, send your heels up towards the sky. Feel the backs of the legs strong, engaged, supporting you. Good. And then from here, you can bend your two knees and slowly, slowly, softly bring your knees down. And exhale. Come stretch up for a moment. Press some weight into the feet. And so you're in a kind of half, it's almost a Uttanasana, almost a down dog in between. Release your neck. Take opposite hand and elbow now. And let the body melt out of that headstand. Beautiful. So now let's try this. We're going to come down to the mat and come sit for a moment. Let your two legs extend. Take your two arms up. Reach your thumbs back behind you. And then exhale, find a Pashimotanasana. So your hands can come anywhere on the legs that feel good. And then exhale, reach out. Good. You can really let your head go. Stretching your upper back. And from here, let's inhale, sit that up. Exhale, pull your palms underneath you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take a Pashimotanasana. Exhale and release. Now I'm going to bring my left foot to my right hip crease. Good. So what this does is it's a big stretch for your kneecap and for your hip. The more the foot comes in, so what I mean by in is the fifth metatarsal, the outside of this foot bone comes into the hip crease. Good. So the more that comes in, the more the kneecap is going to stretch. So if that doesn't feel good to your knee, just rest it at the thigh. That's okay. And then from here, let's go ahead, inhale, come up for a moment. And then exhale, just twist a little bit towards this leg. Good. As you twist, the opposite arm can lift in the air. Good. So you're twisting towards your rodilla doblada, your bent knee. And then look, it's kind of magic. As you twist, you may find you can take your hand to the hip, and then maybe your hand to your opposite hip. And then if you're not forcing, if you're not pushing, if you're being kind to your shoulder, maybe your hand comes to your foot, right? So that's how you want to build a bind. You don't want to put yourself in a bind, but instead find your bind. All right, inhale. Now the opposite arm can lift. Beautiful. And then come anywhere on the leg that makes sense, maybe the outside. Pull the elbow out. Good, so now we're gonna inhale, sit up for a moment. And let's try this. Your extended leg, bend the knee, and then let the opposite knee come down a little closer towards the floor. So this will be a more intense stretch for your ankle and also for the knees, so be mindful, attentive here. Good. And here's the thing. Now, if you wanted to bind the other way, see this hand. So so now the knee closest to the computer is bent. I'm going to extend that arm forward. Good. Extend that arm, same hand, same arm. Then wrap it around. What? And then see if these two hands come together. Big shoulder open and let the head release. Good, let's inhale, bring that up. Woohoo. Okay, so now this foot, that bent knee, it can come under your opposite knee for a half lotus, Ardha Padmasana, or it can come over for a full lotus. So remember, everything's optional. Don't do anything that feels bad to your knees. If it feels good to your knees to sit here for a moment, give it a go. If you discover you have a little arm balance in you, yo no sé, Margarita, ¿cómo se? ¿Todo bien? Eso. Okay, so yo sé que a veces la cadera es un poco estrés, pero estamos bien. Okay. Entonces, so if you want to push with your hands and lift your pelvis for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that'll get some blood flow happening. And then from here, there's a couple ways to get out of this. You could just unfold your legs slowly, carefully, gently. Or Nikeen, what are we doing? You take your knees, rock your weight forward into the hands. Be gentle. Pay attention. And then from here, oh, this feels nice. You just move your hip bones forward and allow the legs to unfold. Lift. Good. All right. And then step your feet to your hands or hop them. And then pelvis comes right back down. And we're going to do that whole sequence on the other side. Here, I'll face this way. So you face whichever way is easier for you. Is that exciting to do that on the other side? Let's see. So inhale, take your two arms up for a moment. Just go back to a real basic Pashimotanasana. Let the spine melt as you come forward. Oh my gosh. Inhale, looking all the way up. Now, exhale, I'm pretty sure it's no, I've done that one. It's my right foot that's going to come in. So feel for a moment, trace your fifth metatarsal bone right here and feel it with your own hands. That bone, we're aiming to put right here in the crease of the hip. Now, that may not be what your ankle wants. It may want to be on the outside of the foot, more like a tree pose, lo que tú quieras, right? It's for you to decide what you want. Just knowing when the foot gets there, you're getting this kind of ideal position of the knee. So similar, we do the same sequence standing also. Inhale, take your two arms up for a moment. And now just twist in the spine, that's it. Keep your hips anchored, twist, and now let the opposite hand come to the knee. So right there, that's my sore spot, and that's what's stretching, is that space in between the shoulder blade and the spine. Good, twist, twist, twist. Let that open up. Then perhaps take your hand just to your hip, slide it across your sacroiliac, and then see if the hand comes together. So you don't want to do a lot of forcing. You don't want to create a lot of aggressive movement here to see if the hand comes together. If it comes together, great. If not, just leave your hand on your back. That's also wonderful. And now, opposite arm comes up. Good. So you're going to move your chest back to facing forward. And then exhale, let the hand move forward. Good. So this is feeling good. Stay here. If it feels nice, stretch it forward, fold at the elbow. Oh. It is really, really getting into my sore spots. I'm thankful for that. Good. Let's inhale, look up fully. Good. And then exhale, release that hand. You're going to release the hand here that's binding. And then the extended leg, just bend the knee. Good. So this may feel like a more intense stretch of your ankle. Let the leg adjust as it needs to. Good. And now this arm, top arm's so it's the front leg, same arm, comes forward. Good. Just let it rest forward for a moment. And then if it feels nice, let the two hands bind together. If not, just forward bend and enjoy that too. Good. And exhale. Let's release. Last little thing. Now this leg, the free leg here can come under the knee, Ardha Padmasana, or it can come over the knee for a full lotus. You'll notice in your lotus, this is definitely my less happy side. My other side, I feel like I could be there forever. And then this side, I could be here for a little while, but then kind of over it. All right, so take a second. Release your weight. And however you've decided to do lotus, maybe half lotus, maybe you're just having a coffee break, whatever. And then from here, try to lift the sitting bones. That's all we're going to do is lift the sitting bones off the floor for 10 seconds. If you can't lift them, just pretend that you're lifting them. That's good too. Exhale, lift 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bajamos, ya está. Good. So now, we didn't do this on the other side, but you can, and it feels nice. Lift the hips. Good. And then from here, I'm going to make sure I have padding for my knees, but I'm going to come over, bring my hands forward. So before you do, just remember, do this bit by bit. When it becomes uncomfortable, basta. And you let the hips move forward and then let the legs slowly, slowly melt out of the bind. Good. Now just pause. Stretch your weight back over your heels. Take a little breath. Let me see how we are on time. Okay, let's see if we can just quickly come over onto our backs. And then remember, we'll just take an expression of a shoulder stand. So if you're considering, let me just show you the propped way to get into a shoulder stand. So if you've got a pillow or something, you can put that for a moment under your hips. And hey, if you don't feel a shoulder stand today, this is just great. It's nice, relaxed. Shoulder blades are together. You've got your pelvis slightly elevated. You're shifting. So if you just think about what are inversions good for, and being able to move, say, for example, your lymphatic fluid, you're getting that reversal. So just be here and be comfortable. You can take your hands to the outsides of the mat, work on pulling the shoulder blades together. Now, you could, with your hips propped, extend the two legs up, kind of viparita karani, but modified, right? So you're supported. You got your shoulder blades all the way together. And then from this position, if your body is still saying, sure, I got this, then you could exhale and take your toes down and your thighs up into halasana. It's so much easier to get into this pose from a propped pelvis. And that propping is a good thing. So now you could take your hands to your low back, then the two knees, and then bring your hips right over your hands and extend the legs. So just be here for a moment. Viparita karani, shoulder blades together. Spread the toes. And then exhale. You could lift your legs up, pull your heels back over the sits bones, lengthen the two legs, stretch out to the toes. Practice a little Sarvangasana. Shalama Sarvangasana. Good. And then from here, when you feel like you've had enough of that pose, bend the two knees, return your hands to the floor, and then slowly, slowly return your pelvis to the prop. So if you experience difficulty in your neck and your upper back, anything like that, trying this, getting into this pose, or even also Urdhva Dhanurasana, which we'll do now, with your pelvis propped, makes it infinitely less stressful on your body. And then you can get there without causing a lot of stress. So now I got my two hands reaching back. Don't feel like, again, if all you do is get your wrist to stretch in this direction, and sort of wake up that sensation in your upper back, this is great. Just be here. Or now if it feels nice to lift the pelvis and come onto the top of the head. I'm going to walk my hands a little closer to me once again, and exhale, lift and give 10 breaths. Exhale, release as you feel it. I've just, now this is just for me, I've got my prop in the middle of my back. So it's right underneath my shoulder blades. I let the soles of the feet come together. Take my arms, let them go wide. Now let's just take 5, 10 breaths here to release. And then when you feel ready, just begin lightly wiggling your fingers, your toes, circling the ankles, circle your wrists. Draw your knees up. And we can roll onto one side, rest for a moment, and then push up into a seated position. Y ahora ya las palmas juntas, bowing the head, closing the eyes. Your practice is a gift. Tu práctica es un regalo. Muchas gracias y disfruta el resto del día. Namaste.